Hey, I'm back. My camera died on me and had to go charge it a little bit, and I probably don't have much time, but I want to go through this little stream again and look at it real close because I was thinking all these hostas. I don't know if some of you guys are familiar with hostas. Oh, and look at those. The hostas, these over here, I used to plant those in Connecticut, I remember. And you can't plant these kind of things in Florida, but these are perennials that come up, or they're the ones that come up every year, I think, for a certain amount of time. And it looks like daffodils over there. And I used to do that every year, like plant the things that would come up every year and watch them as the season went on, and it's so exciting. And honeysuckles, when I was a kid, and we were really poor and didn't have much money, I used to actually suck the honey out of those. So that reminds me of growing up. The stream reminds me of growing up. I can't tell you how much I miss streams. Listen to that. That is a beautiful sound. It's a sound I grew up with and a sound I miss. And I can't wait to get back to it. And probably something my husband doesn't really understand as much because he really grew up in Florida his whole life. So I know he likes it. He did like it when we were here. I hope that when we get back, he'll really be able to be embraced and buy it and just really love it as much as I do. But whatever the case, the thing is, we have to try different things. We've been in Florida for a while. It's worked out okay. I'm not exactly a big fan of Florida, as most people will tell you, and I don't mean to be negative, but it's not my place. And I've been there for a long time. I raised my kids, and that's where their roots are. So now they're at, moving on in their own lives. And Shannon turned 21 a few months ago, and something about that just really made me feel like it's okay to move on. I'm not ready to go to across the country to the west, which is a place that I'd like to go someday. Oregon is one of the places I'd like to live. But I am ready to do something, and this could be a great in-between. Look at this little bridge I'm going over, so sweet. And, it doesn't have to be forever. The quietness could be really great for my relationship with my husband, or it could drive him stir crazy. I don't really know, and he doesn't really know either until he gets here. So experience is, really the only way that you know for sure about anything. And I just want to encourage people to step out and try things, because I see so much of people just staying back in their comfort zone. And, not even realizing it sometimes, just getting to a place where they dream about things, they talk about things, but they don't actually follow through, because it takes courage and it takes risk, and it's one thing to be manic and just do whatever you want, whenever you want, and not think about the consequences, but it's another thing to be contemplative about where you're at and say, is this really where I'm supposed to be? Is this God's plan for my life right now? Is there something else I could be doing? Is there something more that God wants to offer to me? God wants us to live abundantly. He doesn't want us to live in fear or in, I'm thinking poverty, but that's not the word I'm trying to come to, to live in lack, I guess, is what it is. Not to say that we're all going to have the same thing and we're all going to have a ton of money. It's not about the prosperity gospel. But to say that, here's some gardens here. They have things coming up with little flags. But to say that He has a plan for each and every one of us, and it's to be fulfilled in Him. The sermon this morning was about Genesis, and the thing that stood out to me was He was saying that everything that God